You get so far with the quad and you want to go down there, and you come to a point where you're coming over the lip at the top and you realize it's going to be a drop, quite a drop. You come to the moment of commitment. Now here's something our culture has often got a bit of a problem with: coming to the point of commitment. You can see something ahead of you that looks a bit scary, and there's often a bit of a lip at the top. What are you going to do? Comes to that point of trust and decision. It comes to the moment of commitment. And the Lord Jesus, up on a hill, pouring out his life on a cross, comes to that point of commitment. And as Jesus hangs there on the cross, he prays Psalm 31 verse 5. Into your hand I commit my spirit. Deliver me, Lord, my faithful God. The thing about coming off a steep bank, the reason we're nervous about committing to it is that we're fearful we'll get off the top and somewhere down there where the ground disappears away out of sight from me, I'm going to lose control. Now we all feel a little bit insecure as human beings because human life is uncertain and unsteady, and that's where our insecurities come in, and it makes it more difficult for us to commit and entrust our lives to somebody else, because that insecurity makes us all want to be kind of control freaks, I suppose. Imagine what it must have been like for the Lord. There he is, he's given up his autonomy under arrest, he's been abused under flogging, he's hanging on a cross, his life is ebbing away and he knows it. Strange things are happening around him. Darkness covers the land from the 6th hour to the 9th hour, and the veil in the temple is torn in two from top to bottom. Unsteadying things are happening. They have symbolic meaning, of course. But the point is, in that situation where he has been the Lord of all the world, where he was active in creation with the Father and knows what it is to rule in the universe, he now hangs on a cross and he yields, surrenders control. Father, into your hand I commit my spirit. That runs against his divine nature, because he is by nature the ruler of the ends of the earth. It runs against his human nature, because we're all by nature human, feeling our human weakness, little bit control freaks. And he does that out of love for you and me. See, we have that tendency as we approach an edge. We have that tendency to want to cling on to control. We have that tendency not to want to commit, to trust somebody else. Well, we go over the edge. And the Lord Jesus, who by very nature wouldn't find it easy to yield control, who was tried and tested in every way, same as us, but without sin, for love of you and me, he yields up his spirit at the brink, at the edge, where being out of control has hurt him and cost him already. These cattle are coming down this hill with me. I trust them, but not that much. I better get my wits about me. Do you wonder why the Lord Jesus would be doing a thing like this so publicly and so audibly, so that everybody could see and hear what he was doing? Well, what does God require of us? God requires of us that we commit our life into the hand of God. That's what faith is, really. It's believing certain things to be true, of course it is. But it's also that act of commitment where we put everything in his hands. And here's the Lord Jesus doing everything that's required to fulfill all righteousness, living the human life the way a human life needs to be lived, so that he has a perfect record with God that can then be transferred to the account of the people who themselves trust themselves, their whole being, into the hand of the faithful God. He's showing us the way to do the works that God requires, which is to trust in him. And he's showing us that he has fulfilled all righteousness so that his perfect record can be set to our account. And that's the call of the gospel, that we entrust ourselves into the hand of God. Commit our way to him. Trust him because he is a faithful God, as Psalm 31:5 says. We can trust him with what we place in his hand. There it is then. Commitment. Entrusting ourselves to God. Father, into your hand I commit my spirit.